Hey everybody, this is Ask Joshy. I'm here with Steve Chow, better known as CLG Chauster.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
And he's come in to guest commentate some of today's IPL4 Online Qualifier games, and right now we just started with Mono eSports, a North American team, versus Moscow 5. Probably considered the best team in Europe right now. Would you agree with that?
One of them, yeah, definitely the top team.
Okay, so this is just game one in a best-of-3 series, and we finally got the game started here. Do you want to talk about the matchup in general, just these two teams a little bit?
Recently, M5 has been picking up a lot of teams. They've actually played in a lot of big tournaments, and they've been winning. They've been dominating pretty much, and that's why there's so much hype surrounding the team. So they're definitely they're known as one of the best teams in the world, and they're going up against a relatively new team, which is Mono eSports, who has also been winning a lot of tournaments recently. So it's kind of like we have a team that's actually participated in really big tournaments that have been winning, and we have another team that's been upsetting these other teams in smaller tournaments. And then I do think M5 has better reputation, but they're playing with like 150 ping disadvantage, so that's going to be pretty big.
That's true. Alright, so Mono eSports already in this IPL4 Online Qualifier have knocked off Millennium in the first round, the round of 32. I think Millennium was favored there, but again, the cross-server ping could be an issue. And then the second round, they actually beat, I believe it was Absolute Legends.
Yeah, okay.
So Mono eSports already knocking off two very powerful European teams, and in IPL Killing Spree Week 7, this past Thursday, they beat Team Solo Mid.
Yeah.
So Mono eSports definitely building a resume here, and if they can take out M5 in this IPL4 Online Qualifier, I think their names are going to be cemented in a lot of people's minds.
Definitely.
So here we've got the actual lane matchups here. It looks like Riven versus Rumble top. How do you think this is going to end up?
It's depending. If no one gets a kill, I think it's going to be pretty even. But I do think Riven has a big advantage early.
What about, looks like we have Cassiopeia, and who else is mid? Rise?
Rise.
Okay. Cassiopeia, you were saying earlier, with the ping advantage.
With the ping advantage, if Cassiopeia doesn't mess up, it's basically guaranteed that she's going to hit most of her skill shots. So leaving Cassiopeia open to Mr. Paradoxical, his main champion is Cassiopeia, so it's probably not the best choice to allow him with a 150 ping disadvantage. And his main champion, and his Cassiopeia, who's also borderline OP, people think. So yeah, it's not too good of a choice by M5.
How does Rise fare against Cassiopeia, even on normal footing, on even pings?
Cassiopeia still has a big advantage over Rise. Rise will be constantly pushed, and if you ward both sides and you eliminate the possibility of jungle help, jungle pressure, then Cassiopeia will absolutely beat Rise in lane.
Okay, and then bottom lane, it looks like we have Nunu and Kog'Maw versus Graves and Janna. How do you think those champions match up?
Cog can actually do incredibly well.
So just
versus Graves. Then the thing is, Nunu bought an HP crystal, which I don't quite. It's just okay. The matchup, Janna Graves. I know I've been watching some of Mono eSports match. They always default to Janna Graves. Every single game, they'll go Janna Graves. So I know they're very comfortable with that. But in the NA scene, Kog'Maw isn't seen as much, but Kog'Maw does counter Graves in lane.
Yeah, Kog'Maw's pretty mean, especially, do you think the ping advantage is going to totally ruin Nunu and Kog'Maw down in the bottom lane?
No,
okay.
I don't think it's going to matter much. Outside of missing a few ultis at level 6 for Kog'Maw, it's not going to matter much.
Okay. And then the jungle pairings here, we've got Lee Sin for Moscow 5, and we have the new buffed Super Shen that somehow didn't get banned. What is your opinion on that?
I feel like maybe M5 either, for some reason, doesn't think Shen is OP.
Yeah.
Or just simply forgot, because I know everyone on North America is going to ban Shen. No matter how you look at it, if you reason it out, there's no reason to let Shen be in the game at this point, because even if you can beat him out, he's usually a top laner, if you can beat him top lane with the few champions that counter him top lane, he's still going to bring much more utility to the team. Even if he's behind in CS, he's Shen. He has a global, He has an AoE taunt. He has sustain. You know, he just brings so much to the team at all times.
Well, we'll see in this first game if Shen is going to be sort of the tipping point for Mono Esports. I imagine if Moscow 5 loses this game, Shen would probably be at the top of the ban list for Game 2. But right now we still don't even have First Blood 6 minutes in, so both teams actually staying pretty cautious. It looks like we've got some buff stealing going on, but not a whole lot of... Oh, there's First Blood right there. Ryze actually did manage to get... Who was that? Cass? Yeah. So Ryze did actually manage to knock down Cassiopeia somehow, without jungle help even.
Yeah, that's quite odd, because the last time I checked the mid lane, Ryze was getting pushed to his tower, and now he's doing fine.
Ryze too strong. All right. Well, game 1 still unfolding here. We'll see how it ends up. Thanks for the insight onto this matchup, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
No problem.